Hello. Hello, everybody. We are getting ready for the podcast right now. If one of the people on the Discord can say something, please. Alright, so it appears that the audio recording thing isn't working properly, so I need to configure that on my side. So that's annoying, but yeah, okay, let me try one more thing here. Try and say something now. Can you hear that on the stream side? Properly, so I need ready for the podcast. Hello. Hello, everybody. We are getting ready for the podcast right now. Yeah, it doesn't, so that is a problem, but we'll deal with it. Let me think here. You know what? It is alright. Let me see. That is like a bit of a problem to recording it, isn't it? I've just been. I've just not used this specific setup for a while. Specific thing. So that's quite annoying. Yeah, so let's see in the sound settings. Is it configured properly? No, it isn't. It should be configured like that. Now say something.
Hello?
Now it appears that you can hear it on one thing and you can't hear it on my headphones, which is very annoying.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Oh, but I think that's just because I'm doing it using let me see. Can say something now? Okay, so I think it's working. Say something again. Okay, so either it seems my audio or my either the audio on Discord can work or the audio on my Mac can work, which is a bit of a problem. Let me try this. Then try this. Say something now.
Ocaron.
Then let me configure. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix this. Say something again.
En extra stor skogaron.
Okay. Oh, say something again, I mean.
Hello?
You see, I thought I'd fixed it there. I haven't. Oh, wait, no. I think it will work now. Just say anything. Anybody.
En liten skogaron.
And that's Swedish. Okay, I can hear that. So that's working. That's a good sign, you know?
Det är bra.
Yep, so I now need to clear up this audio capture. Continue saying things.
Som vadå?
And say another thing.
Äpple.
Okay, so then we delete one of those. You see, we're fixing the problems live on the podcast, so that's positive instead of dealing with these problems. So
Dina puffar.
I do not know what Piggis is saying, so that's risky. So who knows?
I just said a snack.
A snack. That's dangerous behavior.
Yeah. China puffs.
Snack. Well, one last thing. Just say one last thing.
Ananas.
Okay, so that's good. That's working, I think. If you listen to the YouTube, is it working, Piggis? Oh, hello, Crash. Didn't see you there. We're literally just starting now because
Excellent.
Oh, that was loud.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically I've been dealing with some audio issues, but we're pretty much ready now, given that I've got the Discord audio being captured, and I can hear the audio from Discord, and of course my mic's being captured, so that's all good. Yeah, let's...
Could you lower the audio a little bit?
Let me see. Is this any better? Piggis?
I mean on the stream.
Oh, on
The Discord
stream.
audio.
Oh, the Discord audio is loud on the stream. Alright. Say something again.
Ananas.
Say another thing.
Äpple.
Okay, that's good. That's good audio. I think that will be a more manageable level. So that's good. Yeah, I wondered if you were talking about my audio. This is like, oh dear. But yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah. Okay, let's actually get started with the news. Yes. Okay, so in fact, I'll just send the notes out onto the chat, just because I feel like that's a good idea. Just so everybody can see that. Whoop. And there are the notes.
Wow.
What are you saying wow about, Piggis?
Notes in the chat.
Yes, notes in the chat. What a revelation. Okay, I think that'll work if anybody...
What app are you using to export in RTF?
In fact, let's not export an RTF. That sounds like a not good idea.
I don't want to open more wine applications.
Yeah. Let's save it in a different way. Let's export it to PDF, why don't we? Then we can...
PDF. I like PDF.
Alright, well, let's export it to PDF then. Error while printing. Well, that's not good.
Portabel dokument. Fil.
There we are. How about if you want a PDF of the notes? You get a PDF of the notes here. I've uploaded the PDF.
Wow.
Trust me, it doesn't have malware on
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a PDF of my notes. Anyway, but yeah, so let's actually get started with the first story. So the first story is in the PC news category, and it is framework finally working on a full-sized SD card module for their framework laptop. So right now, basically, before they started working on this, there was no full-size SD card module, and of course, there's all sorts of other modules for the framework laptop. So it's cool to see them add this one. Do you know anything else about this? Have any other people here heard about the story?
Not until you just brought it up, no?
Yeah, okay.
Or showed the notes.
But yeah, I think having a full-size SD card slot is probably a good feature to have on a laptop. Although I'm not really sure how many people would need that, given that you can, of course, just have a
Yeah.
micro SD slot and convert that to full-size SD card.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a use case, as it says on here, for photographers and videographers. That's quite helpful
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
deal with your camera.
Yeah.
But
Typically, I just use a USB adapter for it.
yeah, it's probably just an easier thing to do there.
Yeah.
But for people who want the dedicated port, you know, and I'm guessing a dedicated port will be faster. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But the thing is, you only have limited modules to connect to your framework.
Yeah, so you might want to prioritize other things above having an SD card slot.
How many slots are there? 4?
How many?
2? No, 3?
How many expansion slots are there?
Yeah.
It is not in this article. I do not have that in my notes. I honestly do not know. I'm guessing like 4. I might be totally wrong there. But yeah. For a kind of repairable laptop thing, I think having more options is good. Even if you
I mean,
might
you
not
could
use
just
it.
switch out. You just easily just switch out the modules.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's just USB-C on the inside.
Yeah. So that's all good. Framework still making good laptops. Well, not good. Well, I don't know how good they are, but you know, repairable laptops. There we are.
They still don't have Swedish keyboard layouts.
No. What happens if you... Yeah, I guess you couldn't use a US or UK keyboard layout, could you?
They can, but yeah, I just
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal, would it?
I would probably get confused about where the keys are.
Yeah. Anyway, so, Windows, Microsoft are discontinuing, this is a next story, discontinuing WordPad. So WordPad has been around since Windows 95, and now that they've taken, now that WordPad is no longer in Windows, and have taken it away, there's no built-in word processor to Windows, so you would have to use, you know, like Microsoft Office or LibreOffice, although LibreOffice isn't a Microsoft-supported thing. So it's kind of sad to see WordPad go away, in my personal opinion, because it's just a built-in option. It gives you another option on how you can open up documents, you know, without having to pay for Word Suite. However, I don't know what people's general opinion on WordPad was. I mean, I don't think that many people were using it, so maybe that's the reason why Microsoft axed it. Did any of you use WordPad? Yeah, what is a computer without a word processor? That's a good point. It's very
Yeah.
in the Discord chat. I really should actually just add a chat, like some sort of chat overlay, uh, to the YouTube thing, just because if I'm responding to the Discord, it's just gonna be a bit like, yes, there was something in the Discord chat, however, you cannot see it. Anyway,
Would you say that WordPad is like a middle ground between Notepad and Word?
yep, it kind of is. Although now apparently Microsoft aren't supporting it anymore, so yeah.
Mm.
Maybe they want those people to use Word. Maybe that's the idea. Who knows? Um,
I mean, isn't the online version of Word free?
free. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you could just use that
Yep.
or Google Docs.
Although it's a bit of a pain to upload stuff onto there, and then it's on Microsoft Cloud. Anyway,
Mm.
let's continue on with the next story, given we talked about the Windows stuff. Just when it comes to WordPad going away. Also, I do not know what
That
Crash was responding nope to earlier on. I don't know. But anyway,
mm,
the next story is a Mac story. So we're starting with the Mac section here. So according to um, according to Ming-Chi Kuo, quite a well-known Apple leaker slash analyst person, uh, there will be no M3 powered MacBooks premiering in the coming year. So basically, this report actually contradicts a number of other reports to do with the emergence of a new M3 powered MacBook line. You know, like a refresh of the MacBook lines with M3. And of course, Ming-Chi Kuo historically has been a very accurate kind of analyst, you know, getting a lot of the calls right. So it will be interesting to see whether there's actually an M3 powered MacBook in the coming Apple event. In fact, is that a story further on in the show? I don't think it is, so I may as well just say the Apple is having their event on the 11th of September, so that's in 3 days. So yeah, but yeah. So what do you think, Pigus? Do you think that uh, like the M3 would have been like do you what do you think about the kind of M line of processors?
eh, I don't really follow up on the Mac side of things.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but yeah, the
it's
M.
more powerful, so
Mhm.
I
And
guess it's good. It's coming eventually.
mhm. But yeah, who knows what kind of improvement the M3 might be, because of course, sometimes you can have massive upgrades, and sometimes it will be a bit more of a nominal upgrade with only a few improvements. However, who knows what kind of performance we'll see out of this new M3 whenever it comes. Um, but yeah, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe if there was an M3, then
Mm.
you know it wouldn't have been much of an improvement. And yeah, so who knows if this is a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah.
I suppose you need to write new drivers to install Linux on it.
Yes, yes. Asahi. Is it? What's the name of it
Yeah,
again?
Asahi
Asahi Linux.
Linux.
Yeah. Whenever I say Asahi, I think like, am I saying the right thing here? Is it like, because Asahi is also like a beer, isn't it? Anyway, those are two different things. Um, let's continue on. So phone news. So in the US, there is going. I put US before the story just so people from other countries don't think, wait, is this an emergency alert in my country? Yeah, no, it isn't, unless you live in the US. So there's gonna be a test of um of the emergency alert system in the US. So it will be tested on phones and TV. So there will be a thing that says this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed, and that will be sent in both English and Spanish, depending on what your phone settings are. Or I'm guessing if you're on like the TV, I'm guessing if you're on like Telemundo, it will probably tell you in Spanish as well as English. But if you're who knows what will happen if you're watching a kind of US English language channel. But yeah. So it's interesting to see, in my opinion, the testing of this emergency alert system, because recently there was a test of the UK emergency alert system. However, in the US, it's used a lot more. So doing tests for the system, I think, is quite important, because there are hurricanes and all sorts of natural disasters that occur a lot more in the US. So it's important that people can be informed. Do any of you guys have any thoughts on this story? I don't know. Crash, are you from the US? I don't know. Maybe you have an opinion. I think everybody's pretty kind of not really got much of an opinion on this story. It's kind of a
Yeah.
it's good to get emergency alerts and then not get affected by whatever disaster is going to occur, and be able to be prepared. So yeah, I think that's the general gist of it. So next month, don't be worried on October 4th. Don't be worried when there's an emergency alert, because it's most likely the test. So yeah, unless there's something else that happens on that day, then it would actually, yeah. Anyway, if there was actually an emergency on that day, everybody would be like, think it's like what you call it again, a test, because they've been told.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's hope that does not happen. But anyway, continuing on to the next story. This time
Are
it's kind of cross-platform here, I think, because this is both an iOS and an Android app. What were you saying, Piggis? Sorry, I just heard.
Did you just skip the Visual Studio?
Oh,
New.
we do need to go back to that, don't we? Why don't we cover the phone section and then we go back to one of the headline stories to do with Microsoft sunsetting Visual Studio for Mac. But yeah, so Crash said in the chat, yes, I'm from the US. We had tornadoes last week in my area. Tests are important. Yes, they definitely are important.
No.
If you want to be prepared for, and know when, there's some natural disaster happening. Because yeah, it's important to be
Mm-hmm.
informed. Anyway, continuing on, back to the story that we were discussing before. So Samsung Food is a new application that you can now get. So Whisk, a popular meal planning and recipe app, is now becoming Samsung Food after Samsung acquired Whisk back in 2019. So Whisk is both a app on iOS and on Android. However, who knows how long it will stick around on iOS now that it's called Samsung Food. Maybe it will do. Who knows? But They basically just changed the name, changed the branding, and made it more of a Samsung app in branding. And they'll probably now add it to more stuff. And yeah, they're also adding it to ovens, microwaves, and induction ranges by the end of 2023. So that's a few more devices. Have you ever tried the Whisk app? I don't think anybody here will have, but why not ask?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried it, Biggest?
No.
No. Well, yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a cooking app. Also, I should yeah.
I think Samsung is getting too big.
Yeah, they're trying to put like everything in the ecosystem at this point, and they're such a big phone
Mm-hmm.
player.
Yeah.
So I think there is a bit of a danger there with them taking everything over when it comes to apps and getting people in the ecosystem. Maybe they're going to try and wall garden, make it more of a walled garden someday. Who knows? I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But who knows, really.
I mean, they have on the Samsung phones, they have default apps for pretty much everything now.
Yeah.
Their own apps.
And they have their app store, which is, competitor to the Google Play Store. So I guess they're trying to make a rival app ecosystem to Google, and they're just adding another thing to the to their kind of ecosystem. But yeah, so now continuing on to the next story. So that's not the next story. This is the next story to do with iPhones. So Apple have abandoned the iTunes movie trailers site and iOS app. So there was an app for iTunes movie trailers, and it's existed for I think it's 11 years. However, they have now got rid of iTunes movie trailers and the website trailers.apple.com, and all of them are being rolled, and both things are being rolled into Apple TV. So there'll be no more movie trailers, iTunes thing. And yeah, I kind of see why they got rid of this. I mean, it's kind of quite legacy, given that iTunes hasn't been a thing for a few years. So I kind of see why this is happening. But yeah, have you guys got any thoughts on that? Pigus?
You are the Apple user.
About the Apple movie app thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So this is the next story that I accidentally put on when I didn't mean to. But yes, so it says that you should update your iPhone. And basically the story is Apple have just fixed some iOS security vulnerabilities that worried researchers, and effectively the vulnerability was being actively exploited to deliver the Pegasus spyware. So that's quite a well-known name from a few, I think it was a few months ago now. So that's NSO Group's spyware. And of course, that panicked a lot of people when it comes to the situation with spyware and it being used to basically being used by governments and organizations to spy on people and control them. But this exploit hadn't been patched until now. So if you do have an iPhone, I would highly recommend you update it with this new security patch. But yeah, I'm honestly just surprised that that they hadn't patched this specific vulnerability until now. Because yeah, the Pegasus stuff was quite a while ago now. but I guess they've just found another exploit it used. Anyway, if nobody wants to say anything about that, I'll move on to the Android section. There's only one story in this section, and then we'll move back to the last thing that we didn't cover. So Google has announced an October 4th event for Pixelate and Pixel Watch 2. So that will be happening at 10 AM Eastern Time. So that will be... I'm not going to try and convert that into UTC. You can do it using an online website. So I don't end up making a mistake here. But yeah, basically they're launching these new two devices, and they've apparently been sending people invites to go to this Made by Google event where they'll showcase the new Pixel devices. And we there has been some reporting when it comes to the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. However, I've not really covered it much, and I mainly just wanted to say that there's a event happening. Do any of you guys like the Pixel line of phones, or what?
No.
Are you a Pixel fan or not?
I'm neutral about it.
You're neutral. Well, you know, that's a good ground to stand on there. Anyway, let's go back. Let's reverse. Let's go back to the Mac news, because as Piggis very helpfully pointed out, we forgot to cover a quite crucial story. The headline, one of the headline stories for today. So that is Visual Studio Code for Mac. Not Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio for Mac being sunsetted by Microsoft. So they've started the process of retiring the Visual Studio Mac IDE, and according to Microsoft, Visual Studio for Mac 17.6 will be supported for another 12 months until August 31st, 2024. Now, you can, of course, use Visual Studio in a virtual machine running Windows, but now you can't get a native macOS version. However, Visual Studio for Mac was actually just a rebranding of another IDE that Microsoft had bought. So really, it was a bit confusing everybody when it comes to what Visual Studio actually is. So maybe they're trying to simplify things. So yeah. Yeah, so I think simplifying their kind of product, not product line, kind of, yeah, product line when it comes to IDEs will be quite helpful and a good thing. Now, yeah, product line when it comes to shipping the stream IDEs still up and working. Helpful, so yes, it is. So we will continue on. So we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDEs still up and working. Helpful, so yes, it is. So we will continue because on. You know, there was some iPhone news, and I put it in the going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to IDE still up and quite working, helpful positive, so we will continue on. There was some iPhone news, so we're going into the Apple news now. So I know that product line when it comes to possibilities that will open up. We'll just have to see. But anyway, the negative story on Google this week, on the privacy news, I should probably put this possibilities that work. Yeah, who knows what 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 possibilities that work. Yeah,